Oh boy, man, this is amazing hand. I already love it. So first we go for the archive. We keep the lantern. We'll see what we. Oh yes. Oh yes, some counter spells. Man, this might be the perfect game. The Legend of Kuruk. Man, this card seems really nice so far. Okay, we'll change strategy a little bit. They should tap in response and use this mana for map token. I don't think they've noticed the play, which is really good for us. Let's pay just so we can have black mana. And man, we need to go for it. We probably need to find a sweeper, to be honest. There are so many creatures already in the board. And here's the actual number one creature. Let's get rid of this one. They can pay 2, they cannot pay 3. Big difference compared to Quench, you know? Like, I considered running, I think it will quench ya, you know, the classic MTG counter spell, and, you know, some lesson package, but I decided we'll go with the good old classics. We got mana screwed, that's probably not amazing. That's really bad, guys. I'll be honest, let's go. We cannot get mana screwed here. So, Lantern is nice. We could play Island Lantern and then cycle. I think this is too slow. Wait, maybe we can use it to block. Alright, let's go for the Lantern. We will go greedy, because this curves out super nicely. Now we already can play all the sweepers from the deck, except 6 mana Saga. Yep. I didn't think they already have the Space Dragon, man. Man. It's so hard to play against those aggro decks, because every card, like 2-drop is a win con. 3-drop is incredibly hard to answer. 4-drop basically kills you on the spot. I think, man, like we are dead, right? We're basically dead right now. So this is 4, 9. Yeah, we are dead. Which means we have to play this guy and draw some cards. This will be a 4-4. So it can trade against the recruit and draw some cards. I think this is what we have to do. We can still do it, man. It's we are getting really strong aggro decks lately. And on the other side we have Kona, you know? I think the only play is to survive one turn and draw a sweeper, and then we play and sweep on the next turn, and then we win. Okay, this is important if they hit or not. There is another way, but we need to calculate. We need to calculate. They will go to combat phase now. Alright, so we could disable it with nowhere to run. They get the counter on a different creature, so this will be 6 damage. That means we are not dead. If we play this, it's better. It will be a 4-4. So it will basically chump something. Oh, we are dead. Cool. Cool. Sorry, I was trying to count stuff and do those things, but I'm pretty sure we are dead. And it's insane how quickly those decks kill right now and how persistent they are. Alright. That is actually incredibly good for us. The problem is that we weren't good at Magic and we didn't draw one of our 8 sweepers. Which means, man, our opponent is literally giving us a card. Thank you. I guess I will win the game then. Man, it's crazy. We will win this. Because now we are good at Magic. So now the Space Dragon is fully disabled. They still swing with it. Man, this is funny. We could play this and punish them for attacking with this. But because we are sweeping, that's a bad play. But man, I was this close to playing it just to show opponent you don't swing all, bro. At least not always. Let's go, and we won the game. You see how close it is between winning the game and losing the game? It's like one different card though. Our opponent didn't, go super efficiently about it. There was no point in killing this, I feel. Like, it didn't really accomplish anything. Alright, so I think we just played the big bird. That should be what? A 5-5? It blocks this. They will never expect it. Sure. Yeah, and that's a game. They will explode after this one. Man, I think we did really nicely. And this gifting, we would still draw it because gift was the first card, but or you know, it's always cooler when your opponent gives you a sweeper. And now we won the game. We have vigilance, so it's 4-turn lethal. We have tons of removal, counter spells, everything we ever wanted. And I think we chill for 1 turn because we need 2, 2, and 2 mana. So it's 6 mana, kinda booked for this turn. And you know, if they don't play anything, we just sweep the board completely. Let's go with this so they can get the map tokens for later. Our opponent is persistent. I think they should explode now. Like, they have absolutely zero chance of winning right now. And we go for the Legend, which is really nice. Let's make sure that the draw will... Oh boy, that's a draw. That's a draw. And now we have enough to get cards, and so I will take this, man. This is like, those cards at the top are amazing. And as you can see, Bird is really quick win con. Especially that you can protect it in control decks, and you can make sure that it's so huge that burn spells don't really matter. So yeah, 4-turn lethal while drawing cards and getting some ambush. So we could tap them. Alright, we'll just kill both. The Iceberg is pretty nice because you can get rid of the token, for example. Hopefully they go for this. Nope. Alright. Alright. No counters, please. At least this has wording of another creature, because, man, otherwise they would put counter in response to removal. That would be filthy. So basically, you can get rid of a token with this. Then there is nothing below this, and you can just sacrifice it for Scry. You get full value. What do we get? Probably no need for 2 land. Well, I'll take 1. It cannot hurt, right? Just more value, more time. We can get rid of... You know what? We said that it's possible. Let's do it just for the fun of it. We don't need to do it now, but it's really, really fun to do it now. And as you can see, now you can waterbend it at the end step and Scry 2. Basically at free cost. Like, this card is pretty darn good. I mean, it's like literally improved Banishing Light, right? Like with pure upsides. So yeah, I'll take it. This is so good. Oh, I can tap the bird. Oh, that's so authority. I mean, I'll take both of those cards, man. I'm taking all of this. Our opponent will love the authority. And now, man, we have actually so many win cons. Like, look at this. We have actually 2 different win cons competing who can win the fastest. And alright, and we can also kill our opponent. Whatever this is, if they play this, they have a ton of creatures. Where's the Badger? Bro, where's your Badger? I know it's there. It's lurking in those 51 cards. Well, that's painful. Okay. We can disable it, but probably not permanently. Swing face. The word wagon will be a problem. I wish we didn't have to deal with it. But for now, let's just make sure that they cannot activate something. We don't have counter spells, that's the problem. We don't have card advantage or counter spells, so we can sweep very well. Here's the... I knew it's there. It's always there. Oh boy. So they get the Badger. It's already crew. Okay, so after they Earthbend, they can crew it. So maybe we just kill it now, but then they use mana and they potentially can get +2 counters, and then they can still crew. So I think it's better to wait until they crew it and play the Tidebinder. And then we'll think. We need to solve it somehow. Our opponent just gained mana by spending mana, which is absolutely reasonable. This card, man. Like, yeah. Man, where are my counter spells for 2 mana that kill a creature and draw a card? Like, I demand them. Alright, so this is actually really nice for us. I think I know what the next play will be. The problem is the Sword Wagon. Oh, they couldn't... Okay, they can activate it, but it's a little bit late. Is it even worth it? Maybe we just give them the land and we keep the Tidebinder. I think this is probably a little bit better. Because right now they don't get the pump, so it's... Wait! I just learned how magic works. We can kill it. That's perfect. And we'll have to pay to life. Alright, that's actually so good, man. By the way, Day of Judgment, now you see why we play 4 off. Oh, the land died, so it's going back. And man, that was the winning play. We solved literally everything. We don't need Demolition Field for now, we will keep them for later. Now we need the right cards. Tidebinder is kinda good. It's not perfect as a counterspell, but it saves you from things that normally would kill you. You know, like flooding. Do we go for this or we wait until they play something? They have to use the board to kill us. So I think we should be fine, and we have more card advantage. We chill here. I promise you, at some point, it's impossible to draw more lands, and we are really aiming for this moment. Of course, every time we draw a land, it's a dead turn. Let's go. I mean, probably not the best draw of the year. Mana-based counterspell, like we're really drawing not the part that we want. Alright, it is here. We could counter this already. Yeah, let's go. Not perfect, but hopefully good enough. It also means that we can start swinging maybe. Maybe they spend more so we can normalize. Like, I kinda want to use it in some way. Thank you. That's the way. We won't get ever a better deal than this. That was really good, man. I'll be honest, guys. I'm demolition fielding literally to try to get better draw. So we have less basics in the deck. Because one good draw for us is winning the game. That's not exactly what I had in mind, but you know, it is what it is. Swing. In the worst case, our opponent has 5 turns and we will kill them with a 3-drop. I will keep this last one just in case. We could go for the Saga, but you know, then you might miss... You know, I guess not a sweeper, but we only had Day of Judgment after that, so you know, I think it's probably better to keep the stuff. They have a Haster. That's wild. I think they want to use the Ward Wagon. That's a little bit annoying. That's a ton of damage. I don't want to get them to get those treasures, but we might be forced to. Okay, this is perfect. This is actually what we wanted. I think we'll just cast it now, just to be sure that nothing bad happens. And now we can sacrifice the Iceberg and get Scry. And it doesn't come as an 8/8 because it is a 0/0 with no counter. So, man, this card has actually tons of like useful ways to, you know, to get stuff. And they still cannot activate the Ward Wagon because we still have the Tidebinder. Like, those are the only problems so far. What do you do? When this aura enters, enchanted creature fights. Oh, they want to fight. Okay. I think this is actually perfect. They still need to activate map token, I believe. Wait, they cannot activate it. Like, they are losing the rabbit. So even if they hit twice, it's just 3 and this needs 4. So should be nice. And we're kinda... Man, this is a good land. We actually will have to play around it. Okay. Nope. You cannot. Not enough power. Man, this Iceberg is actually incredible. Like, look at this. Scrying 2 is just perfect for us. I will take this. We can get more stuff. And this dies because it has 0 power. They never got the treasures. Like, this is the dream. This card isn't very good. I guess they can try to, you know, go for the wagon now. We kill it with Get Lost, but they still have this Llama. But then, you know what? Maybe we just shuffle. Maybe they will hit something worse. I think this is a good play. By the way, we play those Demolition Fields because right now they are so useful in so many ways. They decided to not shuffle. Alright, I can respect that. So we killed the Ward Wagon and we countered this guy. I mean, we should be absolutely golden. All we care about is this wagon, because it's basically a haster. They get the counter, but that's it. And then we can sweep, and they have no hasters, no lands that kill us, and no vehicles. This is why we need to play so patiently, just to make sure that, you know, we solve everything that will be a problem later. And now we can very easily Day of Judgment or Saga. Sure. Alright, they got a land. They cannot really get value from this, but they can, of course, accelerate the draw a little bit. Badger. Man, this is late game, and they still are like, yeah, the 2-drop is good. Like, it's a strong card. And they're kinda right. So this is the moment we're waiting for. Let's go. Let's go. Now we can start extracting stuff. And countering, of course. So they make a Badger, they Earthbend, but it's only 1 damage on this turn, so we will just sweep it. It's also Haster. Oh man, Badger does... Man, the card is so insane for a 2-drop. Like, it doesn't have so much text compared to the other cards, but man, it does so much. Okay, it just took 23 cards. So what do we go for? Ward Wagon. Where are you? Wagon. It's Lumbering, right? I don't remember. I need to check, man. Lumbering, that's the one. I'm not sure if they have more. Oh, they do. I just need to make sure they don't. Okay, so that's nice. And those are kind of the draws. Okay, so we solved one of the biggest problems. Now we sweep this one. They have nothing, and as you can see, we are grinding this value, and now we will get a creature that will just win the game. But we still keep 3 steps ahead. They have 1 draw, they will probably scoop, honestly. That was a good one, bro. But we are prepared. We are a control after all. We have answers to everything. Yep. Our opponent was very frustrated with making names. What is super cool about the Lantern is that it's very easy to just cycle, so if that's the wrong matchup, you don't really lose much. Like, you know, we didn't use this mana anyway, but now we need to draw into our sweepers. I mean, on next turn. If we don't have removal, we probably will lose the game. I'll just go for it. Arabella will deal tons of damage. I guess we can stock up into Day of Judgment. Maybe. I think that's what we have to do. I could bro. Is that the draw that I'm awarded? 4 lands? Oh my god. Like I expected some Days of Judgment, man, like seriously. Our opponent is literally just spamming 1 and 2 drops and hoping we didn't draw a sweeper, and congratulations, we didn't. And that means we're dead. Right, can we recover from being bad at the game? I think maybe not a sweeper. Authority. If they make those tokens, they don't deal damage really. This deals tons of damage though. I think we have to go for it. I will do it now, just to make sure they don't protect it. And you know, there's also this whole thing with Voice of Victory, where we cannot cast spells. Go away. Go away. No. Thank you. And our opponent is... That literally sums the aggro strategy. Just kick in the face. And yeah, a lot of triggers. Trigger. Authority is working overtime, but the truth is that if you don't hit a sweeper, it doesn't matter. Like, sweeper is the only card that matters in those matchups. But... Oh. Good at Magic. We won. You see how small differences between absolutely destroying the deck and absolutely dying to it? Like literally one card. Alright, we now need a spot removal for this and we can close the game. I don't even know what it does. Probably hits face for some damage or something. So for now, let's not take more damage. I think we stock up so we can try to hit removal, and we keep this as a counter spell. I'll take it. I'll take it. A little bit risky, but we're not good at drawing cards, except this one Day of Judgment. But we need removal, so this doesn't matter. Because they still have some pressure. As you can see with this encampment, that's a lot of extra damage. At least, you know, we have this authority. I would prefer to not spend 5 mana to kill this, but we might be forced to. At least this is negated. I think we will win, man. We might use this to cycle. Down to 7, our opponent, you know, still having some progress. Let's go for it. And we'll go with land. Even though we need a land, we should draw more. As you can see. Okay, now we have Get Lost, so that's... Oh, this is good, this is good. We don't pay life, but it was close. This wouldn't be a bad decision, to be honest. So we have 3 and 3, which means we can get rid of this one. I will wait for them to tap encampment, thinking that they will swing with this. Thank you very much. And now we kill it. And we'll sacrifice this before sweeping. So this has nice synergy. Like you can sacrifice this, they get the creature back, you scry, and then you sweep because you knew that you will sweep anyway. Go away, go away. And yeah, this way you can basically get for free some extra scrying. And this is the part of the game where we absolutely shine. So let's go for Kuruk. We still have a counter spell and removal, they have no creatures, and now we will be closing the game. We don't need more lands, but Saga is amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So with this we should be winning the game. Rescuer. Other creatures get pump whenever another permanent control leaves the battlefield, create ally. Okay. I think we'll just kill it. First we get some life gain. This way we get more life and they still have nothing. And those map tokens are so hard to use right now. And man, this Saga was absolutely... We are taking both of those. So then the end step will be a huge bird. That will draw what? 1, 2, 3 cards. That should be enough. Sure. Maybe we don't go for the bear. Maybe we sweep with Saga then. They cannot really draw cards with this. They'll probably put 2 counters and try to play out of Voice of Victory. They are persistent and also pretty dead. So now we can make this, but we know the next card is good, to be honest. And I will still go for it, because now we have Get Lost, so we can just kill it. We get so many cards that we can try to fight for the board. And this also opens very quickly, so they cannot try to draw. Oh my god, they have torched the tower from the last card. Alright, if you want to play like this, we will, and you won't like it. See ya, Hired Claw. Now we get more stuff, they play this, we counter it, and you know the rest. You know the rest. Now we are going for the kill. Probably we can do it. I didn't count, but that should be good enough. We make more stuff, we cycle, and they explode, right? That's... Man, we're doing just fine. I have to say, this Saga, gives you incredible value. And, you know, it's also 4 mana win con that closes the game surprisingly quickly. Alright, guys. This could be Zultai. They usually don't play Cottage, but you never know. You never know. Alright, this might be just Golgari. But it's interesting, they play the starting town, so there might be... Wait, this is Exile Zone, right? It's on an adventure. Sure. Alright. Tishana's Tidebinder is kinda unique right now because it can counter things that are not counterable generally. We can get rid of the Dread Knight maybe. Okay. That's interesting. So this will be a ramp deck in some way. Sure. That's cool. So they potentially can take it back, unless something bad happens to this card. I don't know. You tell me. So here comes the Lantern. We already got massive value out of this. Man, this is already incredible. And yeah, our opponent can ramp a little bit. So let's see what they can take. And we cannot go for the Tidebinder on this turn. How do you exactly work? No land, so we cannot disable the Fountain Port. I honestly think it's worth it just to slow them down. They can take the mana, but this is not a token. They can use Fountain Port to draw a lot of cards, but this will be very slow and we are a control deck, so that means we should win the long game. Okay, that's an interesting way to play it. They didn't take the mana. I'll take it. That's actually really good for us. We'll keep this for a while. I honestly think we should go stock up. I don't see like super big deal right now. We already have a sweeper, and this can be turned when we just set up fully. If our opponent cannot punish us on the next turn, we should be golden. And we already have some control over the graveyard. I added Lantern as literally the last card, and I think it's super important. If they go for Cottage, I think they will lose the game. It's the losing play. So basically, opponent traded full turn for 4 life. So basically our 20 life is worth 5 turns. Because, you know, we can basically assume they would be doing it every turn. So that's really bad trade for our opponent. Because all we need is extra turns and we win the game. Maybe I should take a land, but, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for counter spells. No caverns, but we have Demolition Fields. And with this, I think they lost. I think this was the play that lost them the game. And to be fair, this type of deck has pretty bad matchup against us because we can answer the graveyard. I think that's fine. We can answer the graveyard, we can counter every spell, and we can also sweep the board, and they are not quick enough to kill us. That's fine. They cannot redraw. Oh, they can put it in the graveyard. We probably will exile it, but we will see. Okay, perfect draw. Absolutely perfect draw. Let's go to 12. And now we can do stuff. I don't think we need stock up on this turn. We'll do something better. We can also make a couple of Lantern, right? Because it's an artifact. So very cool play. You can basically draw extra card with this. Let's see, I think they will draw a card, play a Dread Knight, and then we will see. Sure. We can allow them a lot of cards because our deck always has more. And I think this should be a nice juicy counter spell. And let's draw cards. Even though I like my hand, we can probably always find something better. They have only, what, 3 mana, so that's not too much, and we still can exile the graveyard. Alright, man, I like all of those cards, to be honest. I will keep Ultima, because if something bad happens, this is stronger sweeper. But I think we should be in full control. 3 damage, sure. We can go for Legend. That would be amazing. Do we take more damage? I think this one will be tapped. I think we need more counter spells, man. We can basically double spell right now, which is super important. So basically we can make one play to get more value, and second play to disable what our opponent is doing. And this will be a bit of a perfect hit for us. I think we go for this. This also disables the land for the future. So our opponent tries to find a lethal by, you know, going on land, but this is really good for us. Yep, and it's down. So that was another turn where they didn't get really too much value. Now they are trading all the value into trying to out-tempo us before we can find all the answers. They probably realize that most likely they won't resolve a spell anymore. So now we are drawing a card, trying to be efficient. We can sweep the board if we want. That's perfect. We can also go for Tishana. Man, I think this is good enough. How much mana do we have? 3. Exactly for a counter spell. This solves the food token, so they cannot draw a card with Fountain Port. Solves the board, gets less mana. Man, they lost 2 mana between the last turn and this one. So, man, this is the type of control game I absolutely adore, man. Slow... Oh, method kill. Exactly what we are doing. This is a perfect counter spell now, because they lost 2 mana sources, and now mana-based counter spells are hitting really hard. I think this is Explosion. At this point, it's so hard for them to come back. And the cool part is that you still have some creatures in this deck, so I think we can go for this. No, we just go for the Legend. Like, this should be absolutely good enough. Let's try, let's get this one. With Tishana, it's basically a removal in a way. They attack, and you can trade against something. Very often that's enough. And we'll get this again, and then get the win con. Oh, well, this is a spell. I think we just Tishana it. Nope. Please stop. Please stop. They can still take the mana right now. But if they ramp and make more creatures, that's actually good. I think all of the abilities disappear. Yep, so now they don't have double mana from elves. I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. Even if they, you know, kill all of this, recover the Badger, they still don't have the earthbending thing. And we have this Saga to sweep the board. And then this transforms on the next turn. With this deck, you kind of need to be wary, you know, what is exactly going on, because those Sagas transform at key turns. We can go for this. We see the next card. Probably not amazing one. Land is decent, but just not perfect. And now we sweep the board, we extract the card, not sure what, and then we start getting all the creatures. So next turn we will already get this guy. And then we can just counterspell and, you know, make all the tokens and win the game. Nope. But that was a good plan by our opponent. They pressured as much as possible, and that's game. Sure. I will go for Liliana then. To be honest, she's pretty good for us. You know what? Let's make sure that the Badger is not here. They probably play 4 off. If they play 1, that means they have 4. Didn't check the deck. I wanted to go back to library, but, you know, it's okay. I never wanted to sit in the first place, alright? And now we have the Bird. Bird is kinda amazing, and we know they only have sorcery speed removal. That we can kinda counter. To be absolutely honest, I'm fine with this. Okay. I want to counter the second one, because this is our win con. The other one could be a win con, but we don't need it. And now... This is legendary, right? Just making sure. So we go for this. And we start making some spirits. And draw some cards. We don't need more lands. I think at this point, our opponent is fully tapped. 1... that's not good enough. Then we'll play just this. You know, more spells. And now we are going on the aggression. I think we stock up maybe for the last counter spell, we'll see. But as you can see, now we reverse the game, and at this point our opponent has nothing. Alright guys, so this outro will be quick. First things first, 4 and 1, so we absolutely crushed it in Mythic, and this deck has answers to everything, including things that Control isn't supposed right now somehow to be able to answer. With Tidebinder, you can hit Cavero and make sure that they cannot reanimate this last bringer. With Demolition Fields, you can get the Cavern of Souls and very often some earthbending stuff like this, that buys you basically a bit of extra time. You know, anything that creates tokens infinitely, like this green new land, you need Demolition Fields, otherwise they will just keep making stuff. However, with the Bird, you can kinda clog them super hard. This has tons of stats. If you invest like 8-10 mana into it, like, it closes the game very quickly, and because of Vigilance, it can still defend you, so you can kinda ignore threats unless they are like super crazy good, because you can just block them. That means you don't need to use counter spells and stuff. The Legend of Kuruk surprised me very nicely. I will be playing more with this card. I really love it, and getting the right card very often just wins you the game outright. This saga is a little bit, higher on curve, but it has a lot of functions in the deck. First, of course, it's more sweepers, but as you can see, we are playing maximum amount of Day of Judgment and Ultima because earthbending needs to be punished. And that is basically a free sweeper on top of everything else. And because of chapter 2 and 3, you can use it as a value card even against decks that don't run creatures or when you swept everything. Wincon is nice, but extracting a card is something I personally love the most, because that lets you eliminate all the problems for your deck that you cannot handle basically. So this is like a Wincon control sweeper. It does 3 different roles because each chapter is very, very powerful. But because it's so expensive, you still need to rely on cheaper sweepers because you won't survive to 6 if that's your main sweeper. You need something cheaper like this. The Iceberg absolutely perform, and this card is better than you think. You have so many ways to use the scry to effect, and because you play sweepers, basically you just sacrifice this at the end step when you know you will sweep on the next turn. So they get the creature back, you get the scry, and then you sweep the board. So you just got a free scry after you used it for removal. And because of Flash, of course, it's very versatile. It's a little bit expensive, but I didn't have problems with this. And, with Lantern, we can also fight, graveyard decks very successfully, even if we don't draw the Tidebinder. So I think this is a really cool way to play Control. I'm super happy with it. Tell me in the comments, because, guys, I would love this video to perform, because this is exactly the type of deck I love to play. And Rapture Monument is getting a little bit old. I wanted real Wincons that, do something on board. They are cool, draw cards, big fun creatures. So I love this Wincon way more than just Rapture, Monument, and go, So yeah, hopefully it will be the same for you guys. Thank you to our patrons that allow us to bring Esper Control into Standard. And really thank you guys for supporting the channel. And I think that's it. I hope we can make more Esper Control videos. I had a blast playing this one, and it worked very well, as I hoped it will. And yeah, that's it. And by the way, I didn't mention it, but we have nowhere to run to prevent Kona shenanigans. This is for Zulta Reanimator together with Tidebinder. So this deck is just equipped to handle everything. And with Rise of Sozin, you can get rid of Kavero permanently when you hit 7 mana. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.